welcome back to Old Mill Homestead. So today we are going to be doing a blueberry lemon bread, basically, or lemon blueberry bread, however you want to phrase it. I think the way the recipe calls is for lemon blueberry. So we have all the ingredients here on hand, so I wanted to go ahead and get that done in a separate video. We'll be making a dinner video, so we have a lot to get done today, so let's roll. So we're gonna take our first bowl and we're gonna combine our flour, baking powder, and salt. So I need 1 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Just a smidge more. That should work. So there's our flour. We're gonna keep the flour out because we're gonna need it again in a second. There's our flour. We need a teaspoon of baking powder. Add that. And then we need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So we're gonna add looks about 1/2, and then we're just going to kind of stir this together. Okay, so we're going to take 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil. So I've got that all melted in. We're going to pour it in a separate bowl, so separate from what we just did. We need to add, you can use Greek yogurt or milk. I actually don't have any Greek yogurt anywhere. I do like Greek yogurt, I just don't have any. So we're gonna do milk. Add the milk in there. And then I need to add the honey. So we need 1/2 cup of either maple syrup or honey. I happen to have honey, so that's what we're gonna use for that. I need 1/2 cup. Ooh, we're gonna have a little more than 1/2 cup. And then we also need to add 2 eggs and our 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So what I'm gonna do, so for lemon juice, I just have the Lakewood organic lemon juice. We need 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Actually, you know what I was gonna do? I just completely forgot. I was gonna use the lemon. So we're gonna zest some of the lemon in and then use the juice from that. I don't know that I've ever zested anything before. I guess you can probably tell that with my lack of. I do know that you're not supposed to zest too much of it, you'll get into the bitter part of the lemon. So I'm just doing a very faint zest on this, and then we'll use this lemon as our lemon juice. Okay, that looks like that will be enough. So then I'm just going to take the lemon and cut it in half and we'll just use the lemon juice from the actual lemon instead of using that, because what I've been using for that is with my tea. I have been using that to add to my tea, that and the honey. Been using both of those. So we're just gonna squeeze the rest of that in there. Get rid of the seeds. And then we're just gonna stir this around. And I still need to add my eggs. So let's get 2 eggs. And then let's get this combined. Okay, so we have our wet and our dry. We need a 3/4 cup of blueberries. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that whole pack in there. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and add a second pack. I think that'll taste really good, having the extra blueberry in there. So we're just gonna add added both packs of blueberries in here, and I was actually supposed to coat them with some flour, and I forgot, and I've already added them, so it kind of is what it is. So I've got everything mixed here. So let me grab a whisk, and we're going to add our dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and it says just to whisk that together until it's mixed through. Like most of the things that I make, I've never made this before. I saw it, I think on Pinterest maybe, and wanted to try to make it. So we had everything we needed except the blueberries, and we got those at the grocery store the other day. So I thought, why not give it a try? I mean, I love everything in it, so we're just gonna continue to stir this until it's all nice and combined. Hopefully the blueberries turn out okay. It did say to coat them before I put them in here, so I think that's so it keeps them from falling down to the bottom. But unfortunately, I missed that part in the step. So I think it'll still come out. That looks pretty good. So it says to grease and flour your loaf pan. So I greased, and then we're gonna throw just a little bit in the bottom there. I've never done that before, so I don't know if that's too much, not enough. I don't know. So I have our loaf pan, and we're just gonna pour this in. I've already got the oven preheating to 350. So see how much of a mess I can make with this. So I'm just gonna scrape the rest of this in. Try to get as much as we can in there. And then we'll just kind of let it fall. Our pan is all ready, so we're gonna put it in the oven. I've already got it ready, 350 for 45 to 55 minutes. 45 to 55 minutes, and then we'll let it cool for 10 minutes, but I'll be back to show you what it looks like when we pull it out of the oven. Hey Siri, set a timer for 45 minutes, please.
45 minutes, starting now.
Okay, Siri, I've got her going. She's got my timer set. I'm gonna get all this mess cleaned up because it looks like a hot mess in here, as it always does when I cook in the kitchen. So we'll get that done. We'll be back in 45 minutes. I'll check it. I'll bring you along with me when I actually pull it out of the oven, and I'll let you know how long it took to cook in my oven, because you know times can vary, but I've got it to check at 45, and then we'll keep going from there. So we'll see you back in a few. Thought I would take you guys outside with me for a second. You can see some of our tomatoes that we've been growing from seed. I have some of them. It's pretty nice out today. Probably, let me back up. Probably won't transplant them till not this weekend, maybe next weekend or the weekend after, just depending on the weather. But they're getting big, and so I wanted to get them out and get them some fresh air and sunshine to kind of eventually taper them off to going outside. So let's go outside now. You can take a look at them. So I have this set here that are all kind of sunning and getting a little bit of sun, and then I have just a couple more right there. We have, let me see if I can get a better angle for you guys. I don't know, I guess right there. So we have probably 100 tomato starts inside. Part of the reason for that is I wanted to have enough to make what I want to make, which is tomato sauce, pizza sauce, eventually tomato paste, maybe ketchup, maybe some other things. I don't eat just a slice of tomato, but I also want to be able to give them to our friends and family. And my thought was I would probably only get one out of a pack of 50 to actually seed and do its thing. And so I went a little overboard maybe on the tomatoes. I'll know more next year, because we'll see my successes and failures from this year, and we'll see how it kind of plays out. Did I plant enough? Did I not plant enough? Do I need to do more? I've got a garden journal that I'm keeping all that written down in, but I just thought you guys might like to take a look and see how good they're doing. There's only about 20 or so, 30 out here. The rest of them are all still inside with my peppers, which finally started growing. So my yellow, red, and green bell peppers and my jalapenos and banana peppers have all taken off. So everything's been transplanted into a bigger container, mostly solo cups. And yeah, so it's looking great in there. I thought you guys just might like to see that. So we're still waiting on the bread to bake. So we'll come back in a little bit and I'll show you that. Okay friends, so it looks really good. So we're gonna go ahead and take it out. It took my oven about 60 minutes to get it to where it is now. So I've been checking it throughout. We're gonna go ahead and take it out, let it cool for 10 minutes, and then we'll put it on the cooling thingamabobber and cooling rack, and then we'll slice it up and see what it tastes like.
I've seen angles and pivots and divots. Well, no divots, but it sure is fun to say those back to back. Pivots and divots and pivots and divots and pivots and pivots and divots. Who wants to give that a shot? Give it a shot. Shots. That's it, exactly. I don't see any shots in babies. There's no babies at all.
This smells so good. I wish you could smell this. I'll get you a shot of it here.
The house is next door. What are you talking about?
Okay friends, so it's been about 15 minutes or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the lemon blueberry loaf and put it out on the tray. As you can see, that did not hold together all that well. The bottom kind of stuck, and I probably didn't use enough, or I could have used some parchment paper, maybe. This doesn't discourage me though, because I have failures like this quite a bit when I'm baking something new, and that's fine. It's still probably going to taste fine. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, since we kind of have this mess here, is just take this piece that's already kind of falling apart. So it'll be more like a dessert versus bread, obviously. Okay, so we have our bread, which now looks more like a dessert, and that's fine. I mean, we all know that I'm learning here. Probably could have put some parchment paper down, might not have put enough flour on there. I did spray it pretty well. So let's take a bite and see what we think. You know what, just sitting here looking at this, what it would probably be really good with, which I don't eat this anymore, but ice cream. Can you see all the blueberry in there? It smells so good. That's really good. You can taste kind of the little bit of tartness from the blueberry. You can taste the lemon zest. It's not too sweet, I think because it called for honey instead of sugar, so it's not overly sweet. It's very moist, obviously, because it fell apart. So like I said, it's more like a dessert versus a bread. Sometimes that just happens. We live and learn, and we'll try it again next time. But that's so good. I'll link the recipe down below, and we will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.